What's going on, guys? Matthias here, and welcome to a game called Higurashi When They Cry. And this is the first chapter of a story that I have heard to be really, really good, but also kind of scary. I've seen a few clips from the anime, and some of those clips are pretty disturbing. So if you're not ready for anything disturbing to maybe be in the story, maybe not in the first chapter necessarily the most disturbing, because there is still 5 more chapters than this one. There's 6 chapters in total. I have all of the 6 chapters on Steam, and I think I bought them back in 2019. So yeah, that's a long time ago. I want to see, is there like, I think there's still a bundle you can buy. Wait, what? It's free now? Wait, how many chapters are there? The hell? Oh, there's more? There's 2 new ones. So there's chapter 7 and chapter 8. What the hell? I didn't even know that. Well, okay, I'll have to buy those later on, by the looks of it. So there is the second, oh no, it's not the second, the 7th and the 8th. There's Higurashi When They Cry, Minaguroshi, and then there is Higurashi When They Cry, Matsuribayashi, I think is how you say it. I probably said it wrong, but whatever. Basically, so I thought that they were, bad, but I feel like that's whatever. Basically, I'm just gonna get into the game. I'm gonna stop just sitting here talking like an idiot. Move my camera up a little bit. There we go. And we should be ready for some scary stuff to happen. And then in a second we should be ready. I just gotta. There we go. And Pog, dude. Alright. So, by the looks of it, we should be ready now. Good. There we go. It was really loud. Holy shit. Let's start. I really like the atmosphere. Welcome to the world of Higurashi When They Cry. The Onikakushi arc will be the opening inviting you into this world. Don't play tough. Please just enjoy life in Hinamizawa to the fullest. The difficulty is extremely high, but I hope you will enjoy the reward. What the fuck? I mean, I kind of like this. Please do not lament. I will forgive you even if the world will not forgive you. Please do not forgive. Please do not lament. I will forgive you even if you will not forgive the world. So please tell me, what will it take for you to forgive me? I don't know. What will it take? This is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons or organizations? Whatever. The early summer of the 58th year of the Showa era. Someone's beating up with a baseball bat there, I can tell. Holy shit. If I was going to be ripped apart anyways, having my body ripped apart would have been far better. What the fuck? I trusted her. No, I still trust her. Even in this very moment, I trust her. But I'm starting to realize I only wanted to trust her because I refused to accept the truth. It was as if I was trying to convince myself in such a silly sobbing voice, and those tears, or whatever, the mechanical repetitive sound finally stilled and everything. I didn't notice that. Only the cry of the cicadas remained, annoyingly loud, and yet, I felt as if I could still hear her voice. But that's not possible. She's no longer speaking. The only one crying is me. She never cried. Even when she repeated those words over and over, she never expressed any emotion, because they were none to show. If she had no tears to shed for me, then I should need to shed any for her. Then why? This pain, my eyes getting moist. Why was this happening? I so wanted to believe I hadn't been split apart. That's enough, right? Inside me, an inner voice whispered gently. My spirit had suffered enough. And countless times I'd wavered over whether I should just throw the battered thing away. Except I've stubbornly refused to do that, haven't I? I'd feel better if I just threw it away, even knowing that I choose to believe, didn't I? Only I can understand that painful struggle and appreciate it. Hey, me, I've tried more than enough. I'll acknowledge that much. So, isn't it alright to just take the easy way out? Besides, I'm not throwing it away. I'm leaving it behind, with her, like flowers by a grave. Now then, calm your nerves. Even though you can't feel your right arm, just lift it up. And with every swing, forget a little more. Holy shit. That kindness made me happy. That adorable smile brought me joy. I liked petting your head. I loved how demure you were. Because this will be the last time. Because when I swing this down, I'll forget. This is my first and last bouquet for you. Perhaps I really did love you. Okay, this game is gonna get heavy, as you already can tell. Just by this, it's just insane. Somebody has been apologizing for a while now. I wonder what she's apologizing for. It felt wrong to eavesdrop, so I tried to ignore it. It had been a while since I last went to the city. I only returned to attend the funeral of a relative. Even though I'd lived there until last month, I found the bustle of the city to be overwhelming. Those skyscrapers and the multi-lane roads, the melodious cacophony of the crosswalk, even the campaign speeches blaring in front of the station felt nostalgic. The place where I live now isn't nearly as lively. There's only the chirping of locusts and the babbling of brooks, and the cry of the Higurashi, the evening cicadas. Rather than making me feel lonely, that quietness had begun to instill a sense of serenity. There is nothing where I'm living now. I don't just mean there aren't any burger joints. There aren't even vending machines. No music stores, no restaurants, and no arcades. Even an ice cream parlor would be on my mind. nearest town is some stuff like that, but it's an hour away by bike. But come to think of it, it wasn't really a big deal. There were music stores and arcades and ice cream parlors, but it wasn't like I ever hung out at any of them. I had lived in the city for 10 years and never once been to an ice cream parlor. I should have gone at least once. It's only now that I'm starting to regret that a little. Somebody is still apologizing. Who is she apologizing to? She's apologized so much. So just forgive her already. There's no reason anyone should ever need to apologize so much. I started to feel a bit annoyed at whoever was refusing to forgive her. No matter how bad the mistake, there's nothing that can't be forgiven. Personally, I think there's a few things, but I'm gonna shut up. And still talk, because I'm gonna read this. There's no such thing as an irreparable mistake. That was a bit of a different word, I've never heard that before. You just need to be more careful next time. She's still apologizing, even now. And then, has she really done something that can't be fixed? I have no idea what she's done. If it can't be fixed, then that's all the more reason to forgive her. No matter how much she apologizes, nothing will change. Even so, she keeps apologizing in such a heartbreaking voice. Hey, you, what she's apologizing to? Why don't you just go ahead and forgive her? She's apologizing in such a pathetic voice. Kishi, we're almost there. Wake up. I was finally roused from my nap by my father's brother. Kichi, we're almost there. Wake up. I was finally roused from my nap by my father's prodding. It seemed the train had reached its final stop. We'd spent hours riding everything from the bullet train to the local routes. It was hard to believe that the landscape beyond the window and the city I was in half a day ago were in the same country. Not that they were even from the same era. Sorry, no, that they were even from the same era. From there, we'd take a car deeper into the mountains. Past where the dense forest... Fuck, I can't speak. Past where the dense forest encroaching on the mountain road suddenly opened up. There, where I live now, in Amisawa. Alright, I just put my text chat in here. Or like my, what they call, my thing. The fucking, the stream chat. Even though we were approaching summer, the morning air still had a frigid bite. Although in exchange, you could fill your lungs up with crisp, clean air. Flipping open the window, I was greeted with a verdant expanse. Nothing but trees. The neighbouring house was far away on the other side. I was probably the only one enjoying that view and that air. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. Since I started living in Hinamisawa, I learned that even air had its own taste. Huh. I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. My mother was the only one there. My father was nowhere to be seen. He was probably up, working until the early morning. Dad had a rather unconventional job as a painter. It's such a laid-back profession. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, and work when you want. I was so jealous of that easygoing lifestyle. I even wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grew up. Dad was ecstatic about that. I could tell. Well, I can't tell, but I can imagine he would be, you know, yes, my son wants to be the same as me. Fuck yeah! Like, that's kind of the like dream of all like parents, that like their kids are gonna grow up and like some of the same stuff that they do, so they have something in common with them, you know. It was just because it looked easy. I'd never tell him that though. No, because you're gonna get your ass beat. Okay, not necessarily, but you know, maybe not the best thing to tell your dad that you think that his job looks easy. Not good. But it's not bad. It's like it seems pretty fun to like, be a painter. But Mom laid breakfast out on the table: seaweed, pickled vegetables, raw egg, and grilled salmon. Raw eggs. I would never eat that personally, but I mean, grilled salmon is amazing. It's just perfect. My mom was such a good cook. It was scary. A perfect, immaculate, ideal breakfast. Unlike my dad, who didn't even know the meaning of the word schedule, my mom never squandered any time or effort. She hummed a little tune as she brought over the miso soup. Miso soup is amazing, by the way. Like, I need to get that again sometime. It's so good. It seemed like she was in a good mood today. I'm so happy you've been waking up early since we moved here, Keishi. If I don't wake up early, I won't have the time to eat breakfast. I thought I was being cute, responding with a wisecrack. After being praised for being good, a full bowl of rice will half be enough. Pile it on. First, I savored the steaming hot rice with the seaweed. After that, I covered it with the eggs. Between bites of rice, I enjoyed the crunch of the pickles. Not bad at all. Excellent, as usual. Watching me clean my plate, Mom gave me a warm smile. I'm so happy you haven't skipped breakfast ever since we moved here, Keisha. I was not a morning person when we lived in the city. I slept right until the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. Boycotting the breakfast Mom made me each morning, that was the only way I could protest being forced to attend cram school. I guess that was what you'd call my rebellious phase. I wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast you woke up early every day to make. What a cunt you were, Casey. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. Mindful of the time, Mum rushed me along with a wide grin. Isn't it about time to meet up with Rina-chan? Hurry, hurry! Mom really seemed to enjoy the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. My man! My man! Especially because Rina is a really cute character. If you've seen the thumbnail, that's Rina. She's fucking adorable. I love that character. And I don't know if you guys remember that, but there was a video that I made some time ago called Memories of the Damned, which was a DA Games, or well, like not DA Games, like it's on the DA Games channel, but it was a song made by him and his old band, Onyx Colony. And it's a great song, and I made an iCore version of that. I don't know if it's good or not, but like I like the video to it, but like it's got a decent amount of views, not too many, but it's got 352, so like 352 views, which is not bad, and it's not great, but you know, it's good. And in that video, like I used some tactics, or not tactics, what's it called? Some methods that I haven't used before when making videos, and especially because like that character, Rina, is in that video as well. That's just a little, you know, thing. Just like I liked that character, and I thought it fit pretty well. especially with the eyes that light up in the dark. And when the breakdown hits, the background changes color. Or well, not color, it gets darker and it flashes a little bit, which I thought was so cool. I had never done anything like it before. Sometimes some of the text is out of it's kind of out of it's a little bit either too slow or too fast, but it's pretty hard to make something like that in the program that I use, which is pretty bad. I need to get that program again because that's the only one I know how to use. So I'll be buying a code for that soon. Not a code. I'm going to be buying it from the site where it's from. So yeah, whenever I bought it, I could probably tell you guys what it's called, but I don't want to say it yet. But yeah. Sorry. I'll shut up and still talk because I'm going to read this. So, Rina is one of my classmates. She really loves looking after people, coming to meet me every day without fail. Aww. The way I looked at it, a guy my age walking to school with a girl was just lame. Fuck off, lucky fuck. But well, keeping a classmate waiting for me every day wouldn't be very considerate. Seriously though, how long does Rina wait there for me every morning? Taking one last gulp of miso soup, I raced for the door. You're enjoying it, you bitch. Or you better. Please thank Rina-chan for the pickles. Come to think of it, those pickles weren't store-bought, were they? If I'd known that, I would have savored them a bit more. Morning. There she is. That's even the picture from the video. Kichi-kun! Good morning. Her cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. You're always so early. You should try sleeping in sometime. If I sleep in, I'll keep you waiting. She's so... Oh... I just hate the fact that it never says who says what, so I have to guess. Okay, I'll just start over. Kichi-kun, good morning. Her cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. You're always so early, you should try sleeping in sometime. If I sleep in, I'll keep you waiting. She's so conscientious and such a good person. If that ever happens, I'll just leave you behind. Kichi-kun, you're so cold. I wait for you all the time. I'll leave you in the dust, without looking back. What a bitch! I would fucking slap this idiot. Like that. Fucking bitch. Why are you so mean? Why? Rina had a slightly troubled look on her face. Toying with her was rather fun because of how quickly her mood changed. Motherfucker, dude! This guy's such a dick! I'm kidding, I'd wait for you. With those words, Rina seemed to relax. Her face flushed bright red. Ah, thank you. I'd wait forever until you came here, no matter how long. Forever? Rina turned bright red, steam rising from her head as her brain short-circuited. She's especially weak to this sort of talk. It's quite rare to find someone this fond of tease. Have you ever read a romance novel, Rina? Huh? I haven't. Never read any before. From that response, I gathered she was interested in them, but was too embarrassed to actually buy one. I couldn't imagine what would happen if she did read one. She'd probably turn red and pass out. Oh yeah, message from Mom. She says thanks for the pickles. It was nothing. You're welcome. I know I am. How were they? Not too salty? They weren't that salty. Actually, they had a pretty light flavor to them. It would have been fine to just be honest and say they were good, but apparently I couldn't be that forthright. I'd like to ask something before that. Were you the one who pickled the rings? Or was it your mom? Huh? Why do you ask? Were they too salty? God, she's so adorable. Her attitude completely changed as she began to panic frantically. Was it you, Rina, or was it your mom? Why are you asking who made them? Why? Depending on who made them, my opinion of them might change drastically. You She counted frantically on her fingers, trying to remember the amount of salt she used to pickle them. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take pleasure in this kind of thing are probably the worst. Guys like me. Not me, but him. He's the sick fuck, not me. Not me. Oh god. Rina nervously opened and closed her mouth, over and over, trying to muster a response. It was me. Delicious. Huh? Pretty good. Just like the last ones. They went perfect with the rice. Her face went bright red again. She was completely spacing out. It truly was a lot of fun to tease her. I pray that Rina never gets taken advantage of by some lowlife. Like you? Keep at it, Rina. I'll train you until you handle it like the average person. Oh, fuck off! Or so I decided for myself. Dickhead. Let's go. If we keep me on waiting, we'll never hear the end of it. Seeing as she just keeps spacing out otherwise, I called Rina back to her, back to reality so we could make our way to school. This strange, easily flustered girl is Rina Ryugu. I've only known her for about a month, but I've come to realize it's not just her name that's strange. I mean, she's such an adorable character. Lee-chan, good morning. Coming up to the next rendezvous point, we saw another person waiting for us. Noticing us, she waved. Ah, finally, you're too late. Usually you're the one who's late. In sharp contrast to the diligent Rina, this one marched to the beat of her own drum. She's Mion Sonosaki. For what it's worth, she's a senior and head of the class. How many years? I was only off 2 days. Oh, this is the bitch type. You don't say. You were so much cuter back then. Mion's gaze started at my chest and dropped straight down, focusing on the point between my legs. Really, my man? Really? Come on! So she was saying it was my crutch that was cuter back then? Before you ask, just to be clear, I've never actually tried to show it to her. I've grown quite splendidly. You'd be surprised. Not only is he bigger, but he has a little moustache now. Being so engorged with energy every morning is quite a problem though. I'll introduce you next time so be sure to greet him properly. What kind of shit is that? Don't say next time. Right now is just fine. How about letting the little guy get a breath of fresh morning air? I don't think I've ever heard talk so dirty you can smell it fouling up the morning air before. Mion sure does act like an old man sometimes. Gotcha. Time for the big reveal. Hope you don't regret it. As my hand reached my fly, Rena began to ramble in near panic. Ah! Hey! What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Ah! Red-faced and flustered, Rena tried to play dumb, but it was obvious she knew exactly what we were talking about. How was it? Seeing the city again. Mion switched gears, dropping the dirty talk and changing the topic to something more befitting the pleasant morning. I only went for a funeral, didn't have much time. So yeah, did you look for it? That thing I asked for? You're not listening at all. I just came back from a funeral. I didn't have time to look around in toy stores. Toy stores and hobby shops are completely different, you know. It's really difficult to get Western stuff around here. Is this about games again, Micha? Mion nodded proudly as Rena giggled. Yeah, I want to keep you on to bring back a Westport catalog, you see. Westport was short for Western imported games. Using that abbreviation did make it sound pretty geeky. You could just get them to send you one in the mail, can't you? Well, guess I have to now. I'm going to get another game full of hot action. This time I'd like a game that's easy to understand. Mion is a board and card game enthusiast. And I hear she's collected quite a lot of different ones. According to Rena, Mion's room has kind of become a museum for domestic and foreign games. If there's a game you think I'll understand, let me play too. Of course. If Keith-chan is up for it, I should warn you though. We're pretty tough. Just what I want. There are all sorts of games that don't intend to. Then we'll let you in the grip this time, I guess. Bristling with joy from head to toe, Rena looked back and forth between me and Mion. Mion gave her an affirmative wink and her expression perked up even further. I thought boys preferred playing outside more, so I figured you wouldn't want to. Rena laughed happily. From such a friendly conversation, you wouldn't think I had moved here less than a month ago. I understood that they did all they could to make a transfer student like me feel at home. I had to try hard to fit in, so they won't feel like they have to try to make me feel at home. I felt like if I acted a bit more open than I usually am, it should probably be about right for this place. And maybe instead of acting, just fucking get out there and just be ready, you know? You can just be that way, you know? Just a thought. It's just a thought that I have in my little dumb head. Hinamisawa was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but there was only one class. That class encompasses all different grades and ages. There are about 30 students at different levels, and they all study in the same class. Holy fuck. I'm told that long ago, there used to be a bigger school building and they had actual separate classrooms. Sorry, classes, whatever, same shit. However, it seems something happened that made it become a single class, and now it stayed that way out of tradition. Huh, interesting. I was shocked at first, but the humans adapt pretty quickly. But the humans? What the fuck? But humans adapt pretty quickly. I've already gotten quite used to it. The sound of children playing started right from the morning.
With such a lively mood, it felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school. Not that that was a bad thing. Mion, who had been walking in front of us up until then, suddenly let me take the lead. Right in front of the classroom door. So I was meant to slide the door open and enter the room first. Too bad I wasn't going to fall for that again. To think you'd give up the lead here. You meant for this to be a test of my skills. Mion chuckled with a hearty smile on her face. What is it, you guys? Step back, Ring. It's dangerous. She's here. Huh? There. Satoko-chan. Her name was Satoko-Hoshi. I don't know how to say this right now. Satoko-Hoshi. I don't know how to say it. She was a disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid. Those kids are so annoying. Like, in real life, those kind of kids are just... like, I don't want to be the kid, but... if I ever wanted to, you know, slap a kid across the face, that's the kind of kid I would, you know, choose to do it to. Even though I would never hit a kid, I would never hit anyone. Like, unless they hit me first. Even, okay, like if they're a kid, I wouldn't hit them at all. But if it was like an adult or someone my age that hit me, I'd hit them back. No questions asked. Or slap right across the face. But you know, the way she talks was annoying, but it would be immature to get worked up over just that. The real problem was this. Quite the obvious trap. A black board eraser wedged in the door. It's too obvious. A hot laugh came from beyond the door. Excellent, Kishan. I guess that means you win this round? No, this is a Satoko-chan we're talking about. I doubt this is it. After falling for such intricate traps since the day I transferred, I no longer had my guard down. Satoko liked to combine a variety of traps. Traps that were simply there to bait you into the main one. Traps that relentlessly kept coming at you, like a sadistic Rube Goldberg machine. The list goes on. As well as being clever, they almost never misfire. When you least expect it, she strikes. No escape, no time to relax. By the looks of it, this eraser is normal. No rocks or anything in it. I took a pretty heavy hit from a blackboard eraser, loaded with rocks on my first day. So then, why couldn't you just open the door and let it drop? That's where it is. That's what Satoko was after. Made me focus my attention upward. So, as I lifted my hand to the door, there was thumbtacks stuck in the sliding door handle with tape. Frightening trap. Ow! That's gonna hurt. Like, thumbtacks, isn't that like small, like those like small plastic thingies with like a little needle on it that you can like put into a wall and like put like a piece of paper under it. It's like not stable it to the wall, but like, know what I mean? Like put it up on the wall. Isn't that what it is? A potent and terrifying trap. Concealed by using the blackboard eraser. An impressive combination touch. But in the end, nothing more than the trivial machinations of a child. Assured of my victory, I threw the door open and stepped into the room. I felt something strange at my ankle. It was similar to the sensation of a jump rope catching my leg. By the time I realized she had me, hook, line and sinker, it was already too late. I began to fall in an almost picturesque manner. Ki-chan, watch out! Instinctively reaching to me on shrill warning, I twisted my body in midair before I landed on the floor. Ow, ow, ow! An inkster filled to the brim was placed right where I would have landed. I shuddered, imagining the situation had landed square on it. My, what do we have here? A fair morning Still sprawled in an awkward position, I was greeted by a mocking voice. That was a step up from your usual trap, Satoko. I haven't the faintest idea what you mean. You're quite unlucky this morning. You little... It seems I had inadvertently sprained my back a little when I landed. Better than landing on that ink stove. A small hand gently rubbed my head. Hey, go away. A small dainty hand continued to gently stroke my head. You didn't sprain your back or anything, did you? If you rub it like this, then it disappears. I thought about asking how rubbing my head would help my back, but I didn't. It's not so much about what you actually do, it's the thought that counts. Yeah, thanks, Higurashi. Pain's going on. Yay! Rika-chan, good morning. Good morning to you, Rika. And good morning to you all. Rika-chan greeted each of us with an adorable little bow. He was infectious. Rina, Mion, and I all bowed back. Bowed back. You're such a good kid, Rika-chan. So much better than Satoko. I glared over in her direction. Satoko was whistling while... while rather deliberately trying to avoid eye contact. I'm the very model of a good girl. A good girl wouldn't set those nasty traps. Nothing but lies and slander. Exactly what proof. Ah! I picked up Satoko by the back of her collar. She looks like a misbehaved cat when I do this. But a cat wouldn't be setting traps. She's much harder to deal with. I'm sorry. I-M-S-O-R-R-Y. Try saying that. If you won't say it, I cocked my index finger on my thumb, letting it tremble as I brought it closer to Satoko's forehead. I'm against violence. You don't even have any proof. Ah! Just so you know, my forehead flick really hurts. I can split plywood right in half. Stop! Get away from me, you beast! Don't say that. In a way people will misunderstand. A small hand tugged on the back of my shirt. She's been lonely since you were gone for 2 days. Rika-chan really is just so... How could I do anything more after being told that? I gently released my grip on Satoko, who at this point was on the verge of tears. She still had her eyes clamped shut as she braced herself with a forehead flick. Aww. It doesn't bother me. You mustn't cry, Satoko. Keep on fighting. Yeah. I don't know why I gave her such a weird voice. Rika gently petted the head of her prankster friend. On her prankster friend. Whatever. You would never guess those two are the same age. I think Satoko could learn a thing or a million from Rika-chan. Next time, set an even more amazing trap. Wait a minute. I love that face. As she observed the scene, Rina's expression grew ecstatic as she began to swoon. How? Satoko-chan is crying. So cute! How? Satoko-chan is crying. So cute! Oh gosh. You can't take them apart. Huh? But they're so cute! You can't, no matter how cute they are. Just for a bit, it's fine. It's fine. Rina kept a cute face, even as outrageous ideas spewed from her mouth. A According to Mion, Rina is ridiculously weak to cute things and always tries to take them. I mean, she definitely wouldn't take me home, would she? I doubt it. Object or person? Oh, maybe she would. Stealing is bad, but abducting people is even worse. Are you sure about that? I mean, even if they want to? I don't know. Give it up. Then I can just look. Just looking. That should be fine, right? Right? Rina swooned over Satoko's crying fall. If a girl ever goes missing in Hinamisawa, I'll be forced to turn Rina into the authorities. Forgive me, Rina. I'll be sure to bring you care packages when they put them away. The teacher's coming. Quickly, clean everything up. Satoko, that inkstone is yours, right? Just from Neon's single statement, the entire mood of the room shifted back to normal. The inkstone was bad, but the thumbtacks stuck on the door handle weren't even bigger problem. I pulled the tape off carefully, making sure not to skewer myself. Even though Satoko was the one who set it up, everyone had to pick up after her. By the time the teacher entered the room, the bed lamp from before had been neatly tied up. We made it in time! Rise, attention! Mion gave out the morning commands. Pog. It's difficult being the teacher for all these different grades in one classroom. She has to teach something different to each one. But naturally she ends up spending all her time with the younger kids. Of course. Rina and Mion, being in the highest grade in the class, end up mostly doing self-study. They even end up helping to teach the younger kids, so it seems like they can never get to their own studies. They're actually way behind where my studies have progressed to. As a result, I'm pretty much taking over for the teacher and helping Rina and Mion with their studies. I mean, if it works out that way, then that's good, you know? You're a pretty good teacher, Kichi-kun. Easy to understand. Rina took a breather after finishing highlighting an important section. Teaching is making me lose confidence. It makes me aware of how shallow my understanding of the subject is. They say that to teach something you need to understand it backwards and forwards. Not necessarily. If you just know the gist of what you're doing, you can probably teach anything, honestly. But of course, you won't be able to make, the perfect, to make that other person know how to do it perfectly, But they're gonna learn enough so that they can, So while you're teaching us, you're getting in your own practice. That's true. In contrast, this person over here is quite laissez-faire about things. I don't know if I said that correctly or not, but I think I did. For one, isn't she supposed to be in a higher grade than me? Look, Mion, this is for your own good. If you don't take this seriously, there'll be trouble later on. Oh fuck. With these marks. It's not like I'm aiming to go on a prestigious school. I'll be fine as long as I pick up what I need to know for the entrance exams, a little at a time. Her staunch defiance was really something else. Oh god, my legs hurt. Oh, gotta stretch. Oh, fuck, that hurt. Ow. There we go. Let's just quick save. There we go. So, like, if it ends up crashing or something, we can still go back to nearly where we were. This was a different type of relaxed than somebody who already knew what was going on. Sorry, what was going to be on the entrance exams. Mi-chan, Kishi-kun is doing his best to teach us. We need to try hard too. You're such a good and honest kid, Rina. I'll make sure you guys get accepted into a good school. What? Thanks so much. Especially you, Rina. Private lessons, just the two of us. Private lessons? A puff of smoke shaped like a halo popped out of Rina's head. Exactly what kind of private lesson is she fantasizing about that's making her turn so red? My man. I'd like to hear the play-by-play about that next time. While Mion was flipping through her vocabulary flashcards, she threw out a casual question. So in the city, do you have to study this much? If you don't know at least this much, you can't get into university. So you study just to get into a university? Well, yeah, basically. While knowing that this stuff won't ever come in handy in the future. Out here you can get into university as long as your attendance is good enough. Really? Study, entrance exams. Having that basic law of the universe so easily overturned sent me into a state of shock. That's right. There aren't really enough people around here to warrant weeding them out with an exam. If anyone can get into university, then there's no need to be all uptight about this stuff, right? Well, that's true, but you should at least know stuff that's common knowledge. This old geezer thinks that instead of wasting time studying pointlessly, you should be spending your precious teen years doing more meaningful things. It was too profound of a statement to simply laugh off. But since it was Mion, it probably didn't actually have that deep of a meaning. Oh wow. In place of a chime, the sound of the principal waving a handbell drifted through the classroom. Key-chan, we're done. It's our wonderful lunchtime. In a complete 180 from her unmotivated state, Mion gave the command that signaled the end of the morning period. Kiji-kun, let's have lunch. I might have been making a very troubled face. Rina smiled brightly at me. Alright, let's eat. Alright, let's eat. Joking. There seemed to be different cliques, even within the class. Most of them were divided up by gender and age, but our group was different. Our ages were different and we had both boys and girls. But we weren't reserved around each other. This level of openness makes a transfer student like me pretty happy. Rina and Mion pushed their desks together so they were facing each other. At the same time, Satoko and Rika-chan were slowly looking their desks over as well. Kichi-kun, hurry! Rina waved her chopsticks in an unrefined manner, trying to hurry me along. Unless everyone was together, they wouldn't even open up their lunchbox. They wouldn't even open the lunchboxes. Kichi-san's lunchbox is most assuredly filled with nothing but bread crust, like some sort of destitute plebeian. What the fuck does that mean? Why don't you just show it to us? Come on! Even though Satoko was hurling insults at me, she still wouldn't open the lid to her box until I asked her. I pulled out my lunchbox swiftly and dragged my chair over to join the circle. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting. Well then, Representative Me, please give their signal to start. At first, this was kinda embarrassing, but I got used to it pretty fast. At this point, I probably wouldn't even open my own lunchbox if someone else was too slow. Our ages and genders may have all been different, but we were all friends. Yay! Let's see. The sound of our little 5-part chorus echoed beautifully throughout the classroom. Really though, I've gotten pretty used to this group made up of all girls. Sure you have. Of course there are other boys in the class, but they were a lot younger, so they were scattered. Well, that's to be expected. The younger boys just see older boys as scary. Actually not, that's not how it works, but sure. Compare that to girls. Well, at least these girls aren't picky. We put all the side dishes in the middle where everybody was free to pick at them. I thought girls would mind sharing a meal with a guy, so I was a bit flustered joining in. However, Mia noticed that and teased me quite a bit. As a fruit of my efforts, I can now reach over and take sides from anybody's lunch. My, isn't Sir Kichi's lunch extravagant today? My, isn't Madame Sadako's lunch extravagant as well? The stewed stuff has a nice look to it, rather trendy. Buying into the fight that Sadako was starting, her chopsticks locked in. Cross counter, stabbing into each other's lunch. My, how delicious. Oh, this taro is good. The stewed stuff is good too, even cold. After seeing my happy face, Rika-chan's expression broke into a little smile. I saved some for dinner last night. By the way, Sadako and Rika-chan's lunches are always the same. It seems that Rika-chan makes it for both of them every day. Rika-chan made this too? These taste like mom's home cooking. I was honestly impressed. The carrot receipts weren't from a mold. They were done by hand with a knife. That's not easy to do. I guess Rika-chan's just good at this sort of thing. I mean, some women are good at cooking. Like, there's a lot of good male cooks, like Gordon Ramsay, and Jamie Oliver. But, like, there's also a lot of good female cooks, in Denmark at least. Like, I know a few decent ones. But, like, I don't remember their names necessarily, but I know who they are. If you say their name, I know who they are. Yeah. Like, there's some pretty good Danish cooks. Both male and female. So yeah. She's really good at sewing, laundry, and stuff like that. Amazing, right? Amazing. I mean, I feel like whenever she's a little older, she'll probably be a great wife, honestly. Like, she's kind by the looks of it. She's good at both laundry, doing sewing, and food as well. Like that's some of the shit that you want a wife to be able to do, because the most males like myself are fucking useless when it comes to making food. I cannot make food. I can't even cook fucking pasta. That's how bad I am. Like, the only thing I'm good at making is frozen pizzas. Which is not good. It's not good. Rika is quite exceptional in many ways. That's nothing for you to boast about. Rina's actually better at cooking than I am. Huh? Well, you know... It seemed that the topic of conversation switched to Rina when she wasn't expecting it, making her blush and trip over her words. Rina's lunch really was the star of the table. Not only did it look good, it tasted good. Everyone else pulled from Rina's lunchbox constantly. Everyone liked this one so much before, so I made a lot this time. It's good, I hope. It's got high marks from me. Mion, you're taking too much. Knocking Mion's chopsticks aside, I reached out trying to secure my own portion. Satoko and Rika-chan reached over at the same time, and a struggle ensued. Everyone shoveled in mouthful after mouthful while praising it, and Rina's lunchbox was soon empty. It was kind of bad that no one thought to leave any for Rina. Rina seemed rather satisfied as she looked on. Oh, she's so kind and cute. How did you like it? Isn't Rina-san an extremely good cook too? Quite different from Kichi-san. I said that's nothing for you to boast about. You're not much different from Kichi-chan, Satoko. Can you tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower yet? Satoko's face went pale. Hey, even I can tell the difference between broccoli and cauliflower, you know? Of course I can. I really can. It's really hard for her to lie. Kichi-kun both taste good when they're boiled on top of mayo, right? You shouldn't be picking on it. Michan too. Rina hurriedly tried to follow up, but Mion laughed heartily as she drew closer to Satoko. Well, just pretend it's a little home lesson. Home lesson? I don't know what that word is. Home EC lesson, whatever. Now then, Satoko, what's this? Mio lifted up her chopstick. Between them was a piece of green stuff wrapped in bacon. But that's asparagus. Mio made eye contact with me, and within 3 seconds, I had Rika-chan's mouth covered, holding a piece of bacon-wrapped asparagus and giving her 2 choices. She's pretty terrible. Wow, the other one is cauliflower. No, wait, the green one is cauliflower. So which? Probably the yellow one is broccoli, the blue one is cauliflower, but the green one is... Do you really know which is which? I would just give it up. I'd expect no less from the class presentation. No. That's the one. The oldest. The way she drives people into a corner just shows how much experience she has. This is just a hunch. Being brought into the Sonosaki household was quite the ordeal. I do know. I really do. But answer the question. I know. She's just such a crybaby. She finally broke down and started crying. When she acts like this, she actually starts to seem her age. How cute! Rina entered a state of euphoria as Satoko bawled her eyes out. Rina was in a state of bliss as she rubbed her cheek against Satoko's head and smiled. Really a very content face. One that wouldn't care if the world ended right then. It was that kind of smile. Why isn't he trying to fucking make her not feel bad? What the fuck are you doing? Rina. Mimi's picking on me. Wow. Cute. It's okay. Rina and Nichan will take care of all those bad people with T's mother and sister. Whoosh, poof, bam. It was like a flash of lightning. What was that just now? Both of Rina's fists shot out at supersonic speed, striking Mion and me squarely in the face. Before we knew it, Mion and I were sprawled, spread eagle on the floor, staring up at the ceiling with matching welts on our faces. This is the first time you've gotten one, right? Today, she went easy on us. Easy? You mean there's something harder than this? With that, Mion and I both slumped our heads back into the floor in unison. From now on, I'll be careful when I'm within striking distance of Rina. You better be. This girl knows how to beat your ass. She can beat your ass, boy. See, Satoko-chan? I took care of him. Oh, cute. I want to take you home. Making sure Rina couldn't see it, Tatsuko stuck her tongue out of her. Damn it all, using Rina like a puppet. Rika-chan massaged her bruises without saying a word. That's a bit of a wild day at school, holy fuck. No matter what the day had held, the last school bell always came too soon. Our shadows stretched off into the distance. No matter what the day had I already said that. Hey, Kiji-kun, tomorrow, do you have plans or anything? Or anything? Huh? It was such a direct question from Rina, I inadvertently blushed. If it was for a date, then wouldn't you do it more subtly? Rina saw me lost for words and realized that I'd misunderstood and turned red as well. No, I didn't mean it like that, you see. So apparently that wasn't what she meant. But since it's always fun when Rina is in panic, I went along with it a little. Oh really? So, it wasn't like that way? Huh? Playing it up, I slumped my shoulders, feigning dejection. Kiji-kun, why are you so disappointed? Why? Why? Mi-chan. Unable to hold it in any longer, Mion slapped me on the back. I see, this old geezer never knew you could push your buttons like that. Huh? Huh? What is it? Mion was rolling on the floor, clutching her stomach, while Rina flailed around, completely bewildered. I couldn't help but start laughing as well. Feeling just a bit guilty, I ruffled Rina's hand. Kidding, sorry, it was a joke. That was my fault. She really is a cute one though. Huh? A joke? Since when? Since when? About halfway through? Halfway? So Ki-chan, that means you weren't acting when you blushed at the start. Huh? That means... It was only a momentary lapse, but there was no way Mion would let such a delectable detail slip by her. Well, you see... Saying anything more was also a bad idea. In my bewildered state, I slipped further into an unfavorable position. After that, Mion continued to tease me about it for a while. Of course you did. Mion, you bitch. So why were you asking if I'm free tomorrow, Rina? That was the wrong button. What? Huh? Oh, what were we talking about? It had been so long that Rina had forgotten. That's how long Mion had teased me. That's how long Mion had teased me. It's just, Ki-chan, you probably can't find your way around Inamisawa by yourself yet, can you? That was true. I hate to say it, but if you blindfolded me and spun me around 3 times like we're playing pin the tail on the donkey, I wouldn't be able to tell up and down there. Down here. Yeah, I don't think I know how to get anywhere besides back and forth from school. Yes. So you see, tomorrow we were thinking that Mi-chan and I could escort you through Inamisawa and show you around. That would be a godsend. Frankly, I was happy about the offer. You'll come, of course, right? If I'm free. You're being invited by a girl, you know. If I'm free. You're probably free anyways. If I'm free. I was being stubborn so as not to give a clear yes or no. Even though I thought it was a godsend, I'm too much of a scamp to say so up front. Kiji-kun, you're not free, perhaps? Perhaps? While Mion and I had a rather sour back and forth, Rina peeked over at me hesitantly. Figuring I'd been a bit too rough on her, I just gave her. Sorry, forgive me, I apologize. I'm free. She's so adorable! Great! The trepidation disappeared from Rina's face as it blossomed into a smile. Hey now. Seems like there's quite a difference between how cold you are to me compared to Rina, isn't there? It seems Mion didn't care for how rude I was to her compared to how quickly I agreed with Rina. But her being annoyed was very interesting. So I pushed Rina forward, speeding up our pace to leave Mion behind. Let's go, Rina. Maybe it'll just be the two of us tomorrow. Leave grumpy old Mion behind. Huh? What? If Kiji-kun is okay with that, then I'm the one who came up with the idea to take him around. Don't ignore me. Kishi Maibara. Maibara. Sorry, not Maibara. Maibara. It'd be great if the two of us could go on a picnic together. Should we bring a basket, Rina? If bringing a basket... if we're bringing a basket, I'll make all the food, maybe. Don't you ignore me too, Rina. I'll tell everyone that you two disappeared into the hotel district together. Oh, she just got smacked! Well then, I'm going home right now to start making it. Tomorrow is going to be so fun. Later, Kiji-kun, Mi-chan, bye! Oh, she's so adorable. Rina bounded off, like she was walking on the moon. After the dust settled, all that were left was me standing next to Mion, sprawled onto the ground. There was a welt on her face. Are you alright? There was over 2 meters between you guys. Since you came, they've become sharper. This old geezer buddy can't handle it. Maybe it'd be easier if you stopped saying stuff that makes Rina want to hit you. Or else this will end up being Mion's slapstick comedy hour. If that happened, the result might be fatal. Don't feel bad, Mion. You're probably the only one who can dodge your jabs. I felt like it was her knee, though. Could it be that we were hanging around with an unrivaled martial art master? Maybe someday we'll see her debut in an extreme contact sport. You can't lose, Serena. You need to train up and have a rematch. Ki-chan, you should. This old geezer will root for you. Mion and I reaffirmed our determination to discover a way to counter Rena's infallible technique. What the fuck is that even? So interesting, honestly. I really love this game. Like, was this the first chapter already? Was that it? You have received new tips. We're mixed grade. We don't have a uniform. Okay. It's only June, but it's already so hot. I could hear the Higurashi outside chirping. Me. And at night, there are mosquitoes. It might as well be summer already. My only salvation was that the mornings were still cool. summer, I do declare. Satoko was flapping her skirt languidly. That's a pretty unladylike there. Even if she was a little brat, she still was a girl. Kiichi does seem quite cool with just a single button-up shirt. I'm so jealous. From how I see things, the skirt you're wearing looks like it would be much cooler. A girl like you just wouldn't understand. Wearing jeans during the season and how steamy the crotch gets. It gets steamy? This girl has gone imagining something indecent. Rena's summer clothes have a nice refreshing colour. I feel cooler just looking at them. Thank you. They really do feel pretty cool. I do wish my summer clothes were as breezy as Rena's. But Sadako-chan, your summer clothes are so cute, being a one piece and all. I'd like to wear your summer clothes. This is actually quite stuffy, you know. I do believe what you're wearing would feel much cooler. But it would be so much more fun with cute clothes. I had a feeling that Rina and Sadako's base values were fundamentally different. Speaking of which, our school doesn't have a uniform. Yeah, it doesn't. As long as they're proper and regular clothes are fine. There are quite a few students in regular clothes. There were a few wearing uniforms, but they were all the same design and rather plain. That's the uniform they're all wearing. They're all the same. Oh, so what's the uniform they're all wearing? They're all the same. That's the city's school uniform. It's not like there's a rule, but they're all wearing them. Speaking of which, everybody in our group is wearing a different uniform, aren't we? Did you go out of your way to get them from somewhere? Why yes, Mian-san. Mian-san supplied them. Mi-chan's relative runs a second-hand clothing store. They can get school clothes from all over the country for cheap, they say. So you asked those relatives to get a bunch of unique school uniforms then? That Mian, she probably loves using her friends as dress-up dolls. That must be a strange second-hand clothing store. I get that it's a second-hand clothing store, but stocking clothes from schools all over the country? That's pretty strange for a second-hand clothing store. How many times do you have to say second-hand clothing store, god damn it? What's the point in stocking up clothes from faraway schools they know nothing about? Yeah, I think so too. They also have used school swimsuits and PE uniforms. I don't like the idea of having used ones. Doesn't sound like that shop makes much money. They probably have Mian pitch in and help so they can make a bit more. But Mian-san says it'll be a big hit and become a great store. With such conviction, a second-hand clothing store that stocks school uniforms will be a big hit? I mean, maybe some cosplayers might use them, I don't know. I don't get it. We're a mixed grade. So, Rina, we're the same age. Yes, that's right. We're the same zodiac animal too. Hey now, it would be weird if we were the same age, but not the same zodiac animal. That's not true. If your birthday isn't the same, then you can have different animals, even if you're the same age. Huh? Oh, I see. Mian, you're pretty smart. No, it's just logic. Like, I'm a scorpion. Sorry, no, it's Scorpio, I guess it's called. Do I have a ring with a gold scorpion on it? I don't know if you guys can see it or not. If I can put it on the screen. You guys can... Probably can't see it. The camera is so bad. But like that piece of gold that, like, if you can see a little mark, that's basically a gold scorpion. I bought it in I think it was like in the south of France when I was there a few summers ago. It was pretty insane actually. Like it was such a nice and beautiful place. So yeah, I'm gonna go back into the game now. Aha! What month were you born, by the way, Kichiku? I'm July. Rina smirked and puffed up with pride. Hey now, what's the meaning of this? She's not planning to be all high and mighty if her birthday is a wee bit sooner than mine, is she? Don't even. It's impossible to challenge me by birthday. I wouldn't even mind if you bet $1 per month. Huh? Huh? Why? Why? Rina panicked at suddenly being challenged to her wages. Given how panicked she is, I'm certain she doesn't have much allowance left this month. It's just sending her into a panic about something as simple as a birthday is so fun, I can't help myself. You're a dick. Kichi-kun, you're a dick. So mean. So that means you were born in April, Kichi-chan. Right on. Too bad, Rina. I'm already far older than Rina. Oh, I see. You're the same age as me, Chan. Well, it's just a few months. That gap will open up again soon enough. Mion snickered through her nose. Hey now, that's not something to get all high and mighty about. As if I want to talk. Now that you mention it, you're in a higher grade, right, Mion? If you're into underclassmen, then I'll give you an underclassman from now on. Michan, you're not making any sense to me. Just by seeing Rina's blushing face, you could tell she knew exactly what she meant by it though. Then Satoko and Rika-chan were underclassmen. The grade is so different that they should be in a different school, shouldn't they? Kichi-kun, your tastes are a bit too young, I think. You're not making any sense. You're not making any sense yourself, Rina. I'm not making any fucking sense. Like, this is bullshit. I'll just grab onto her head and scruff it up a bit. Stop it. She likes it. Ah! Great. I wondered about it before, yeah? I was wondering why this school has different school years all mixed up. There aren't enough classrooms. Can't help it. This building is being rented from the forestry services after all. When she says it like that, it makes sense. I've thought our school was strange for a while now. The schoolyard is gravel and there are rooms that aren't for classes and there's some strange sort of construction machinery parked here. Why is it being borrowed? What happened to the real school? There was one here forever from before the war. It got dilapidated. They closed it down. It probably was a grand old schoolhouse. Well, because of that, the students would have to attend the school in the city. It's pretty far though, you know. Which school would that be? Did you know there's a school if you pass by the Okinomiya train station? Turn at the hospital and head towards the pediatrics department. What? So far? I couldn't tell where that was by the location, but I understood it was pretty far from Rina's reaction. Well, that's why. The guys didn't want to commute to Okinomiya rented out a building from the forest services and are attending this pseudo school out here. About half the children in Namisawa go here. There are quite a lot of kids that come here on bike. Well, since they're attending this really messed up school, it might be pretty hard for them to get into higher education. I don't think so, honestly. That's not true, Michan. If you study properly, you can go anywhere you want. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I totally agree with Rena on this one. Yes, that's right. That's right. Let's try our best. All of you, try your best. This old man will be rooting for you. Not just us, you too. You should be preparing for exams, shouldn't you? Your future is bleak with grades like this. Fine, just fine. If I get stuck, then I'll just move up Michan as you work forever. But what do you mean by work forever? What do you mean? Hey, you're too loud. Be quiet and self-study. The teacher yelled at all three of us. It was completely our fault. Sasako saw it and shortened costly. I stuck out my tongue at her and responded. It is just as Mion says. This school has nothing to do with higher education. But it makes up for that by having lots of valuable things other schools don't. Brilliant. Oh, that's the only ones we have. Fuck. Well, save and load. Aw, that was the end of chapter 1. No! Continue. Alright. It took a little too easy on the morning of my day off. I was totally late. Today was the day Rina and Mion were going to show me around Hinamisawa. Rina and Mion were already waiting at the meeting place. Kichan, you're late. Sorry, the show was watching last night was really interesting. Blame that. Alright. I'm gonna quick save here. And then I'm gonna end the stream now because I've been live for how long? I think 2 hours almost. In total. But yeah, so like, I'm gonna end this stream here and I'm gonna make another stream later on. Maybe not today, but most likely tomorrow. I'm hungry as fuck, I haven't eaten yet. And it's 3:23 PM, so... Yeah! But yeah, I'll be live again tomorrow, hopefully. And if not, then I don't know. But we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and I really hope that you liked this game, because I personally like it. Like, my voice acting is kind of shit, but honestly, as long as I'm having fun, as long as you guys are having fun with me, that's all I care about. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Have a nice day, and feel free to subscribe as well if you want to see more stuff like this, and leave a like so let me know that you like the stream and the game and all that. And I'll see you next time.